Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Pew, pew. Say hello, Quantum Tater. Hey, Mom. Hey, Dad. Welcome back to Space Engineers. I am your host, Quantum Slightly Psychotic Tater. Um, Last time we got a rover in functional order. You see it over there. Oh, you'll also notice I have a projector turned on. So I did a little off-grid work. Um, with the rover, uh, and I was actually spending some time trying to get the oops, wrong button, trying to get this in the right orientation, and I don't think I did that. Anyways, I did some work doing some customization on the rover and trying to get it to a position I wanted it to be in. So if we go here and we say show only buildable, where is that button? There we go. So I got into that position of getting this into a position that I kind of wanted to get, like I wanted to get it looked a certain way, and I had to make some changes, some pretty changes. The other thing I did is I did a little bit of drilling. Let's take a jaunt over here. You know what? Last time I also left the boar all by its lonesome in this mountain. So let's take a look. Let's go over here and take a look and see what we got going on. I'm gonna take our boar out. We do have some power. Look at that. 16 minutes at full thrust. Not at all alarming, and I should have added more batteries, and I'll think about that later in the future. Because none of that's bad whatsoever. There might be room for another battery somewhere on this bad boy, and typically I like to have a little bit more threshold than what I currently have. Let's get the lights on. Baby, lock them doors and turn them lights down low. All right. Look at this. Oh! So we started our hole for our farm. Up pretty high on the cliffside. You see these guys here. Down here, and then I started to make, if you look at this, that is the point with which I was drilling. Let's crank on my lights. Now if we do a little walk ski, we come on down here. Pull out a gun just in case. We drill all the way down, we're drilling all the way down, we're drilling all the way down. Some more, some more, some more, some more. And then we finally catch up to this right here. And this is a thing I can't walk into, because, you know, why would I be able to? Oh, seriously, what is going on? There we go. Look at that, nice little stairway coming down. More stairway coming down. Stairway coming down. Out into our docking station for our rover. So you see the guy over there, the boar, our walk path. This is going to be the start of our wonderful food cave. This is the path to get up to it. I kind of want to have this all enclosed. I don't know that I will, though. I accidentally blew through the hole right there, so we got to make sure we cover that. I kind of want to have it enclosed, but I also kind of don't know that I care, I guess is. Like, there's two parts. Like, do I care, but I don't care, if that makes sense. And it probably doesn't, but go ahead and do that right there, and that right there. So that's kind of one of the things. I'm thinking concrete bunker, at least in some parts, but it doesn't have to be all the way, obviously. You know, that's the crux of it. The hard part about building inside a mountain like this is you're gonna have to get it airtight. I did some greebling on like these pieces here, like just different like walkway paths and stuff. You see some pipes under this flooring here, stuff like that. This will all be airtight. I have no doors yet, so it's not gonna be even remotely airtight, to be honest. But I did a little of welding trying to get some ideas, and then we can run up here. We keep going, and then I've got to get this hole lined up perfectly to get to our spot. That's the plan. That's the plan. And I wasn't really trying, if I'm being honest, I wasn't trying to collect a lot of this material as far as walking towards that hole, because I thought to myself, I probably don't need to worry about it too much. At least I don't think I do. This does give us plenty of space to manufacture the outside. My thought is what I'll probably end up doing is I'll basically seal one whole side of it, and we'll take a look at that here in a second. I'll seal one whole side of it, and then we'll have this like open gap and a section where I can jump into the open gap, probably right here. So we'll take that out, and then once we get it all like prepped and ready, we can go ahead and seal it the rest of the way. But so we come up here, Then we're gonna walk all the way up here, this not very straight hole, and yeah, we build ourselves a little outcropping up here. Uh, Sometimes it's hard. Like if I lay the platform out here, I'm getting the cart in front of the horse. So really, I need to figure out how to basically walk the system all the way down to here. Is really what needs to happen next. And in order to do that, I probably should just use single steel plate blocks, just to get an idea of what we want it to look like. I think is my thoughts on that. So yeah, this is hard. It's always hard to like carve out clean, nice, smooth lines, but that's kind of where we're at. So what else happened last time? Do I have food on me? I do. Hallelujah. What else do I have in my inventory right now? Gun, ammo, health packs. Okay, we're good. So, that being said, let's go ahead and get to some comments. Mr. Clyde, let's see, what did you say? I'm going to pause real quick. He said, your cargo truck, because of the truck cockpit, looks real stable now. When it's loaded, maybe a different story. I've had it pretty heavy so far. I've actually have a whole bunch of stuff. We'll head back to the base here in a second, and I'll show you. Um, I like the wheel positions, covering up that empty space. You're not into extra greebling, adds weight and stuff like that that could be used for cargo, which I totally understand. Might be a different story if you didn't suck at it. Now, I also am not great at greebling. I struggle with it pretty aggressively, so I totally understand. And the empty space by your cockpit is tough one. No use for small crane. Gatling turret would be cool if you're going to have enemy drones attacking. Yeah, I don't know. But it's my truck. Do what I want to make me happy. So, I will say, Clyde, thank you. I will always do what makes me happy. Loud explosion? Yes. That was a fun noise. What else did we do? Ah, yes, we also did something over here. The dreaded iron mine that if every time I go near it, I end up with a dead ship. So it's probably not a safe idea to take this thing over there. But here we are. Oh, good, another radiation storm. Caustic rain. I love that for me. That's what you want, caustic rain. So if we take a look down in there, we're still spinning, but we got it mostly smoothed out. And if we take let's do a quick land real quick. Come on, 3 meters, 3 meters. Dampers off. Pop out real quick. Hop down here. Woo. So I got this thing even out as much as I want to. This is where I'm going to build the drills and stuff off of. So we're going to get that started. Not this round probably, unless we need materials. I don't think we will. Um, That's what that's going to look like, and this is going to be our industry area over there. Oh, corrosive elements. I love that. So let's go ahead and get back to the base. What else? Let's see, Clyde. If not having any real problems with the 5x5 wheels, you're happy with them, how they're performing. No need to change it to 3x3s just because of my input. I agree, Chad. I wasn't really for your input, but if statistically the 3x3 wheels are better, I don't know how I would do it. I haven't designed with 3x3. I did a little creative 3x3 building just to see what we had kind of going on. And I will say this, the the um the 3x3 wheels, let's get this thing landed. There you go. Ah, nice rainy weather, lovely. The 3x3 wheels, I think they look really great. If we look over here at the size rover, I think they look really great for a non-cab built cockpit. Like my two rovers are 5x5 wheels, and they look proportionate to the giant wheels. They seem like they fit pretty good. The 3x3 wheels are really great for like cockpits like this guy here and the cab cockpit because it just proportionally fits right. So I was trying to build one, and the 3x3 I had, I could not make it look right. And there was really cool one that was on the workshop, and it was subgridded up. I thought it was like, oh man, how'd they get these shapes? This looks really great. I was super excited. I went to look at it. It had a crazy amount of subgrids. So that was not like the greatest thing of all time. Um, so there we go. Let's see. Let's see. Trying to think. What else did Chad say? He said having pistons like the rover so you can work on the other side. Yeah, play place wheel. It's gonna be handy. I agree. Should be great. Also, specific extension links so that one hotbar raises it and another stops it when they touch the voxel on a flat ground. Lock it in place, either as a parking brake or just to hold it while you're doing something. That can be a benefit of stabilizing. Yeah. Oh yeah. Having it like pause at a certain length once it touches the ground, like in addition to as soon as it's ready to connect, turn the pistons off. That would be an interesting thing to do for the for the lockdown. So like if we get over here before we get toxified. So if we go into, let's go ahead and go to, we'll retract them, and then we check the event controller for this parking event controller too. Um, Docking event controller, parking. Oh, we should just call this retract. I don't know why it's. Anyways, the deploy an event controller. Or no, that's not. That's not right. Event controller lock. I think this is the lockdown one. No, it's not. Pause for a second. The deploy event controller. That's what it is. So in addition to, so like on the action bar, like it can lock them down, and then the other thing it could do is turn off both of the pistons. So like we could take this right here and we'd say off. And then now when we deploy, if we zoom in over here to the right and we take a look at it, we do deploy. They both come down, and then as soon as they both touch, it just turns the pistons off. And then we're locked down. We can't move at all. No problems whatsoever, without being lifted at all. That is an idea. Oh, I'm sorry. There we go. But I think that causes some situations. Or definitely interesting idea. I'm probably not gonna do that though. I don't mind it going all the way up. That may be something we have to look at later though. You're right, because I'm absolutely something's gonna happen where I'm gonna need to not be 30 feet off the ground. Let's go get this unknown signal while we continue to talk. Yeah, this thing's pretty stable. So right now it's at 69 tons. I've got quite a bit of materials in it. If we look in here and we um, look in here, we got tons of trees. I'm glad that tree nearly killed my rover. That's lovely. That's what I get for messing around while I'm driving. What on earth? Good grief. Anyways, if we look at the inventory of the rover, I've loaded up quite a bit of stuff. 28,000 liters of stuff, plus another 12,000 here. That is basically, I was just trying to get, that was me attempting to get, starting to load up to do the base stuff over there. Let's see. Ow! Put that in there. What do we got? Construction components and health packs. That's nice. Lovely for me. It's not even close to full yet. Ow, good grief. This acid rain is bunk. Your health is low. Yeah, no kidding. It's about to tell me that. I can sense it. Go ahead and pop that heal. You can use all these parts, so there's no reason not to. So, here's the question. Well, we're gonna go over there and we're gonna start doing the things necessary to get welded up. Why is that closed? You're not closed. There we go. The rest can be dumped into our house. Come up here. Get this thing on the road. We're gonna go back. We're gonna dump off the stone and stuff I have, and then we're gonna start working on our farm. Working farm. I don't know if you can read this, by the way. It's hard to see from this angle, but you can see it looks like it says Tato. It's a hidden message. It's not really hidden, but it is there. So I'm gonna let this. I actually was thinking about kicking this thing off and letting you guys see what it looks like what I thought up with the bob here, or no, with the bob, with the what is this thing called? I cannot for the life of me remember the name of this. The hauler. Good grief. My all the wheels are at 6% right now. We're gonna pop that strength up to 15. Give it a little bit of it had a little bit of a lean earlier. Um, yeah. So there's that. Let's go ahead and dump this crap off in here. The other thing we can do, which we already have. Did I already? I haven't. Okay, well, this I do as much as I'm loving this acid rain. Ow. CC, we're gonna take some of these guys here. Are we out of silicon wafers? We are. Ugh, I do not love that. We may have to do some B.O.R.E mining. Okay, let's get underway. And one last comment to read while we're driving on over. Driving on over. Driving on over. There's also some changes that are going to happen to the outside of this thing, but that we're not worried about that right this second. We're not really worried about this thing getting completed. It's more of a just know that it's going to happen. And then finally, shout out John Bray. Let's see what you got for me today. No way, finally a rover that works as intended. I'm as shocked as you are, John. I'm as shocked as you are, at least right now. I have done some stress testing. I'm going to do this right now, and then I'm going to regret it. But it seems like even at like full tilt turn, it's pretty stable. Like it does pretty good. So I think we might actually got something here. I'm not saying it can't be flipped over. I'm just saying it does a pretty good job of not getting flipped over. Let's see. What else did you say? Given that you have ducting for it, may as well use a GAT turret. Didn't try very hard to get an interior turret on there anyways. What do you mean I didn't try very hard? I feel like, I don't know. Good to see you on the farms coming together. I can't wait to break that, is the quote of the episode. I can't wait to break the, yeah, I know, man. I must admit, the large floors are a bit feeble at best. Just kidding. Doing what you're doing is great. Just keep doing what you're doing. Oh yeah, yeah. I love the large. So I love. It's looks like it should be nighttime. We may have to run back and take a quick nap. We're gonna run back and take a quick nap. But first, we're gonna break, and we're gonna turn off my headlights. And then let's go ahead. Let's go back and go in and take a quick sleepy time break, because it is becoming nighttime and there's no reason to work in the bright. And because this vehicle is short enough, it perfectly fits down right here. Alright, lock us up, Holmes. Hey, first try. It's rare that the first time happens every time. We're gonna need silicon. Did I have... Here's a question before we get going too much further. Do I have a silicon rock somewhere? Got so many... Silicon rock. Silver hole. Silicon magnesium. Where is that guy at? Oh yeah, that's probably not on this planet, is what that is. I'm pretty sure we can take that silicon and delete it. Where does it list how far it is? It doesn't. It does not list how far away that is. I should have done alien planet silicon. So we may have to go hunting for ore. This one may be on this planet. Let's take a look. Mag rock, copper rock, nickel, magnesium, silver, or silicon magnesium is over there, but that's a hole. All right, let's take a quick nap. Nope. Sun rises from that direction. So, we do not have a silicon. We're going to have to do a little scouting. Scouting? Scout. I don't know why I said that weird, but I did. All right. So let's go ahead and get this thing. Yeah, look at this thing. It just handles. It just does work. Um, yeah, we'll take the bore out, and we may do a little scouting for silicon in a second. But I want to lay some blocks out. Let's get this farm thing underway. We've got this. I need to do a signal guy or whatever it is for sure. Or a sensor. I guess I could put a sensor on there that. Did it work? Did I not mess it up? Let's find out. Look at that. Isn't that incredible? I think it's pretty incredible. I don't have anything. I believe those are welded up under there if we take a look. I believe I got all the tubing welded up to this guy here, and I also put in a cargo container because we needed one. So, um, let's do this guy here. Why can't I? What? Oh, there's a rock. Oh, there you go. I'm not going to connect the rover, but I do think it's great that I can. I don't need the power right now, technically, so this is doing enough. But let's get in here. Let's get some stuff laid out. Like I said, I think what my plan is going to be to first get to the top of this damn thing. We're going to have to come up at least one more time. One more time. Oh, let's turn this back to... Gotta switch it to nothing. Nope. So here's what we're gonna do. Which steps do I want? I think I want, or do I want to do stairs? I might want to do. Let's see. Come on. Okay. Let's see. All right. I think what we're gonna do now. We're just gonna do this one thing at a time. I was thinking we could probably get away with not doing it one at a time, but I think we're gonna have to. So let's. I think we're gonna do stairs. I like the idea of stairs. Maybe we don't use this long path one. This one's not bad right here. But stairs go up at a steeper rate, so that's kind of my thought. I want to. We'll get that going right there. We might Hydro Man over to their unknown signal. I think there's a better way to do. I probably don't have to do the Yeah, I'm trying to think. Give me just a second to like work my brain out here. Because if we do stairs every time, that ascends way too quickly. Whereas this guy, this kind of works, right? Because then, and then we'd have to now we do a set of stairs because now the pitch has gone up greater. It sounds like there's a heavy windstorm outside. All right, so here's what's gonna happen. We are going to probably cut to, oh, I'm trying to think. We're gonna go, I think we're gonna go, let's go get this time. Well, first, let's dump our stuff back, even though this weather's trash. Thank you, weather. I appreciate your trashiness. We're gonna move forward and we're gonna go get this unknown signal real quick. Why? Because I'd rather be protected in my vehicle and I need to get this material. I think it'll be good to have a little extra material. It'll give me time to noodle over what's going on. I'll pick you up once we get to the unknown signal, do a little bit more talking. We'll get back. And then, yeah, I think this step is going to be, that's an underground silicon magnesium. We're going to have to find a stone on top of the surface first. We don't have to, but I think I would prefer it. I don't know. Anyways, let me get some more stuff. Let's get over to this thing. I'll pick you up in a second. Okay, I just got to the signal. Surprise, surprise, nothing special. It's the common theme of my oh hell yeah! Boop, 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 boop. What is potatoes? You boil them, mash them, you stick them in a stew. Ladies and gentlemen, we got ourselves a tater, our first tater. Is it a quantum tater? That's the question everybody wants to know the answer to. I'm pretty sure. What did I do? I did some grinding. Whoops. I did some grinding, as you can tell. And what else did I do? Some other stuff. You might be asking, what are you doing, Tater? Why are you grinding up your vehicle? Mostly because, well, I need to. That's really the big part of it is I need to. Why did I do this? I was moving the cockpit to its new location. I realized that I had a different what do you call it? Location for it when I grinded it up. So, yeah. So we're just, what I'm doing is I'm clearing some boxes because all this stuff has to be changed up anyways because it's not the design of my final design for this thing. So I thought like, oh, I might as well get this done really quick while I was in a cutaway, and then I realized that I was gonna wait until the end of that bloody unknown signal, just grinding stuff. So I thought, oh, you know what I'm gonna do? I'll bring it back and I'll let you see the chaos. We got a potato though, guys. That's huge. We won't starve. At least from an Irish perspective, we now have more food than we could ever think. I mean, the guy from Mars, from the Martian, he did it. Charlie has just arrived home. The guy from the Martian did it. He had a potato and he changed his life. And I believe we too can change our lives. So yeah, I've neutered the front of my cap, as you can tell. So yeah, let's get back. Let's go ahead and get all this stuff dumped into here. Hey, potato, I'm not going to eat it. Don't worry. We're not going to mess up and do that. Let's get that off there. I think we're good. Yeah. And then because I clearly don't have anything on my bars, why would I? Let's go ahead and get these timers put back. Timer deploy. Trigger now. Timer. Trigger now. And then what do we have? Connectors. We've got our top connector. Switch lock. Our lower connector. Switch lock. Boom. I don't know what these are. Hydrogen engines. We haven't got those things built yet. And I believe this is atmospheric thrusters, which I didn't put on this bar either. So we can go ahead and do that now. Toggle on off. We don't need them. I think I actually had, instead of toggle on off, I think I had toggle off because I had a situation where I kept getting one that would stay turned on for some reason. So by having that, yeah, there we go. Now this is more Clyde style. He likes this is the reduced weight version of our rover. I don't know why that didn't. I don't know why that didn't do it. This is crap. All right, spider. Bro, could we not? Can you just eat spider meat? Does this do negative effects? It does. So it's probably best not to just eat that whole, I think. Maybe I'm wrong. All right, pick you up once we get back to the other place. Alrighty, we are back. A little parking job, maybe. Maybe, turn. Oh, we did not turn sharp enough. In theory, I should just be able to park just to the right of that and be right over the top. I don't know if that's actually the case. That is not the case. I did not do this properly. I'll have to go over this side, slightly over the middle. Stop right about there. Beautiful, beautiful. All right, now grab our stuff. 100 each. And let's go back up and continue our path into the great beyond. Into the dark beyond. Alright, so path there. We're going up. Straight, straight, straight. Path. Oh, see? And right there is the problem. We have to make sure that we can walk through all of that without too many problems. And alright. Now. I think what we're going to do when we come into this area up here, I think what this is going to be is probably we need one more ramp, maybe? Maybe one more ramp, let's see. We'll do one more ramp instead of and I think this is going to be our base floor. So from here, what we need to do is we need to get some doors. And I think we're going to go with circle doors to keep with the circle path down at the bottom. Well, maybe not. I don't know. Let's see. Let's get a block down right there. And then all right, let's do this. And let's see. So I had an idea. And you'll have to bear with me. The doors would be, do I want to do this kind of door or do I want to do, I'm not sure. I'm trying to think. So I need at least one block out. What did I do? Which paths did I pick down here? When I did these blocks, let's go down here. I think these are all the circle paths. They were the circle paths. Okay, so we'll stick with the circle doors. And then I have an idea to sort of protect from accidental decompression. What we're going to do is we're going to do a set of 4 doors. If I can find my door button, good grief. So do we want to do this direction or do we want to do that direction? That's the question. All right, bear with me. This is an idea. So if I did, so if that one was this one, and we need to do this one. I always, so that's that way, so that's going to be this way. So then we would do this right here. Okay. Okay, and then from a corridor perspective, gotta get to the round guys. And then another light block right there. And then from there, we should be able to slap that block down right there. Now, we are not going to build all this out immediately. My thought is probably going to be a little bit different. I think we might do something like we'll build out the... Actually, I don't know. I don't know what we're going to do. It's an interesting thought. So let me get some more. Let me get some more blocks way down, and I'll come back to you. Okay, so the way this is going to work, we can have ourselves, let's see, where's that at? All right, let's go put this, let's get a plate for that. So I'm going to set everything up so that these are all on an event controller, and basically it says when one of these doors reaches full open, close all doors. So you'll run through, that'll close, and this one will already be closed, so you run through. If I can figure out how to do that. That'll close, then you run around, then this one will open, then they'll all close, then this one will be closed, and then you'll run through. So that is a 3-door setup for airlock purposes for this area to become air safe and airtight. That is my initial idea. Let me go grab first that light. Now, I don't think I'm going to do this all in steel blocks, but that's kind of my main idea. Do we know if spiders can climb through? Oh, hell no. Color me not interested in hearing that. So we get a little bit of light in here. Honestly, I wish this was a little bit brighter, but it's okay that it's not. Yeah, that's creepy as hell. Oh, Jesus! Hell no. Ugh. Creepy ass. No thanks. Oh, good. A radiation storm. Let's go get this unknown signal while we're dealing with a radiation storm. And, yeah. The other thing I was going to do, I was going to show you. Let's actually get out really quick. We'll turn this guy on. So you can kind of see what the thing's supposed to look like. Um, I didn't do any of this. I thought I grinded back enough, but I guess not. That's okay. It's okay. I guess it blew up. I did not make it there in time. It makes sense. It's my bad. There we go. There's that. Get all that chopped away. This guy can get chopped away. There's no need for that. And then if we wanted to, because this is all just single blocks and stuff, we could just let Bob get to work, honestly. I did put a Bob on this. You can see he is right there behind all those blocks. So if I come in here and just say build and repair, I believe it's called Holler Bob. Ain't no Holler Bob, girl. All right, let's watch this build for a second while we let this storm pass. Okay. Bob's taking care of that. We've got some of our stuff laid out over there on this. We got a good start. I am going to go find some silicon really quick because that is something we need right now. And let's see, what are we at? We're at 98%. We should be good. We should be good for a bit to go flying about for some freaking silicon. I was hoping to find a couple of those rocks somewhere. As we get higher in the altitude, these engines are definitely going to be less and less effective, so I need to make sure that I'm paying attention to that. Holy. I also wouldn't hurt to go into the bore and backup thrusters. 1, 2, 3, 4. Rev, Atmo, thrust. Rev, Atmo, thrust. We can turn these on and off. That way we can cruise kind of a little easier. But you can see we're already struggling at this altitude. The engines are not keen to... We shouldn't be decelerating at all. Atmospheric thrust. Up, we did back, 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 back. There's 4 backwards thrusts. Is there more than that? I only have 4, I think. 2, 3, 4. Reverse thrust. Save. That's weird. Oh, there's some atmospheric thrust for reverse that we didn't. There we go. Now we're just cruising. Okay. So we can see we're still some power there. Let's go get this unknown signal. Pick up on the other side, and then we're gonna do a little bit of hunting for some sweet, sweet silicon. Without, oh Christ! Did I totally? What is going on here? What is going on here? Totally just nuked that damn thing. Yep. Jesus, okay. This thing's just gonna roll away. We've already crashed the B.O.R.E a second time. That's how good we are at this game. God, I can't even. Stop rolling! Hey, silicon. I was just talking about needing that. Think we can repair that with what we got from this thing? I don't think so either. Son of a biscuit. Oh, almost. Yeah. There's got to be. This thing needs a redesign. You guys are not wrong. Honestly, what we can do is we're going to take one of these thrusters here. Oh, we're not going to do that. Okay, I guess we're going to run down to the base, and we're going to grab ourselves the rest of the parts. Because that is not working. I don't, man. I think you're right. I think the B.O.R.E is a Earth vessel only. It does not appear to be functional for this atmosphere. What's going on here? Why is that? What? Why? You said you withdrew all the parts needed. Let's go. What's the parts needed here? Okay. You know what? How many motors does this guy have? One. One motor for... That's crazy. Only one motor for the drill? That thing is like one giant motor, but the engine's got freaking 90? Make that make sense. Okay, let's grab those parts. Oh, do we not? Oh. Okay, well, do I have... What do we got? Yeah, we got parts in the truck. That's good. I could just bring the truck over here and pick it up. You know what, Clyde? Maybe I do need a mini crane on this thing for retrieving the B.O.R.E when it fails me. Okay. I don't know what else is still broken. Let's see. Light panel, atmospheric thrusters down. Well, stuff's broken. That's okay. Let's get ourselves, let's see if we can't find ourselves a silicon rock. I think we should be alright. Wow, we are smoking a lot. That's fine. It's fine. It's fine. We don't need power. Am I gonna have to? I feel like I'm gonna have to take the freaking hauler around. We're just gonna drive it around looking for ore because this thing is too. It's nickel rock. Are we high? Well, I think we might be too high up to carefully scout the surface. Like we may need to get a little lower. Uh, Maybe we need to build a flying machine. I can't believe I don't have enough silicon, honestly. That's a little wild to me. It's not super duper surprising, but it's a little surprising. And now there's just no rocks. Alright, let's do some scouting, let's do some hunting. Um, Cue the time lapse. See what we can't. Let's see what we can't find. If you guys remember, I started the start of the series. I had the extended range mod for ore detection, and I feel like it was one of the ones that was causing some issues with spawning enemies or animals and stuff into the game. So I pretty quickly determined it was causing some issues, so I turned it off. And I miss it dearly because 50 meters is not very much for the detection of ore. Um, it's not terrible. It's not great. And I know I could be looking for spots, but I was trying not to dig another hole right now. Um, Especially on the ice lake, I know we found some silicon there. The issue with silicon in the ice lake and that sort of scenario basically comes from the fact that you have to dig down past the ice in order for a static drill to get it. So effectively, you're either going to get ice or dig down to get to the other part of it. And we've already got two giant voxel holes, which isn't like my computer can handle it. I was just trying to be a little more um, cautious with it, I think is the word I'm looking for. Let's see. We're going to pick up this unknown signal. We're in search for potatoes and coffee um, for our newly minted farm we're trying to craft. And I just know we need some silicon to craft some stuff, which is why I'm going to this extra effort here. Let's go ahead and let her down. This might have some parts we can repair with. Oh, the button's right there. Dirt. Did we get anything? No. Alright, let's see. Plate. Hey, that's useful. I don't care what they say. Parts are useful. Alright. See if we can't continue our quest to find us a rock. Found a nickel rock. Pretty close to the base, which is nice. That means I don't got to travel as far. Nickel rock 2 is way closer than nickel rock, the first one. So I can actually turn that guy off. I don't need him to be on the vid. I don't think I need this guy either. Or this guy. I think keeping it kind of in the local area. I'm not trying to branch out super far right now. This isn't a planet-wide mission here. We're just trying to get materials and find the sources to set up a nice farm, get our stuff created, get some food to bring back to the people of space, and not have to have mammal meat in the form of wolf chops. I did put in that boar mod. I haven't gone back and re-looked at Earth to see if it's working. It was still, the boars were still either looking like wolves or not having an animation, so I hope that that's been done. I also, Splitsy just did a really cool um, video. He's created some new starts similar to the red ship but with some challenge. I'm excited to do one of those. I think that could definitely be an option for next series. I also have been looking at the Agorist at War. I really like, I've played on that before by myself and I didn't go super far into it because I'd like, I don't know, I was just drifting around a bit. This is before my YouTube start, so I didn't have like the same motivation to build and create and do episodes and stuff, so that also may be an option. I know we're nowhere done here, but we're trying to farm to get to space, and I'm just talking about stuff. So let's do some more scouting. We'll catch you on the other side. Damn, another nickel rock? They must really expect you to run out of nickel in this place. You know what? Let's just do this. GPS and rock. That's gonna be number 3. Did I label it number 3? Sure did. Okay, so let's. You know what we're gonna do? We're just gonna pick up some of this crap. We'll use the silicon that we got, and we will bring silicon and nickel back to the base, like with stone, with the idea of stone. And yeah, we're gonna head back to the base with what we got. I'll get docked up so we can get this stuff done, and then maybe get some repairs on the bore here. I may open up the top and see if we may open up the top and see if um, there's a place we can put another battery, because this thing is it needs another battery. I tried to build this like in the minimalist way of like having the exact amount of battery needed to like keep this thing aloft and all of those things, and it's not that it doesn't work, because it does, but like right at the limit there, it means we have only like 30 minutes or so of power when we're floating, and then it's seemingly when we're at that low level of power, we run into an issue where uh, like the thrust starts to overtake. So we're gonna yeah, we're gonna open up the top here and see if there's a spot for a big battery. In fact, I know there is, and I'm gonna plop one down. Yeah, that's what's gonna happen. So hey, look at this. Look at it. Would you just look at it? All right, we got the Bob back, or we got the bore back. We're getting an extra battery on there. He's gonna get himself some work done. He needs it. He needs another battery. That's just a thing he needs. Now we're gonna go ahead and get all of that put on there. Get that built up. This thing is making some weird noises. I don't know why. I feel like the atmospheric engines are being weird on this guy. So really quick, I'm gonna detach him. Backwards thrust. Is there other backwards thrust in here I'm missing? I don't think so. Just do that. There we go. That's the worst part about these giant names, is they're hard to see. Alright, so if we look at the reverse thrust, that's those guys plus those guys. And we lock this guy down. Apparently we gotta come back over here. Can't do 20 power cells. But what? What is still smoking here? Let's see. What are we missing? We got refinery is cooking nickel. I don't know why on earth that would ever be the thing that's... Because it goes to the closest one. I do know exactly why. That's not true. I understand why exactly. We need silicon. We need to find silicon. That's going to be the next mission, because that is all this is held up because of our lack of silicon. If we look at our materials, let's go nickel. Got some there. Got iron, gravel, plenty of nickel. We just don't have the silicon. That's what we're missing. All right, guys. Well, so let's take a walk around this guy. So as you can see, some changes. The cockpit is definitely reachable from up there, from down here, which is great even with it extended. If we pop these guys down, get those all the way up, you can see we've got a little walk path here. This is blocking Bob right there, but do a little crouch in here. This is where our computer is. Thing right there, you can get to the back of the vehicle. Um, I don't know why I didn't. I don't know about that block. That's a weird one. This thing needs to be idle movement turned off. There's pointless there. It is piped. So, and I put a couple of galleon. I was having issues with this when I did tech it. You see, we've got plenty of headlight space on here. We've got some reinforcement here for if we bottom out. Some design stuff just to give it some looks. Got these red barrels because why not? If we grind that down and weld it back up, it'll also be red. This style here, I like the way these look, so I thought like that'd be good. And then we've got those guys there. Reverse lights. I haven't run the programming for it, so they're just on right now. Yeah, that's what it looks like now. It's got ourselves. We got 2 hydrogen engines. I went ahead and put a second one on here to power everything. Obviously, we can also get in from the top, which is nice. And then if I go to hydrogen, the 2 hauler engines should have both of these, and we can turn those both off. But they're all piped up and everything, so if we do the cargo build info, cargo network, you can see everything is piped up and good to go. Everything's green and holy and happy. I don't know what that is. Oh, that's just my pistons, yeah. So I can very easily refill my stuff, do all the things I need to here on both sides, and then I've got cargo access on 3 ports, which is good, and it carries quite a bit of stuff, which is great. Go ahead and turn that off. What else about it? Nothing. It looked great. It's incredible. I like the way this thing looks. I'm a big fan of it. You know, that's going to be... Actually, I think as we're looking at it, that may be the jam. Let's get it from this angle here. We've got all our boys in one picture. Look at that. It's a happy little family. And you can see where it says, kind of says Tater, but it says Tato because I didn't have room for an R and I don't want to extend it any further. The ladder is perfect. You get on top, you can climb all the way up, and that gets you safe from bugs. You can access the cargo there. Obviously, you can hop down to the side if you need to, and you can get onto the cockpit to get into it. So yeah, this is the fully finished one, John. Now a cargo hauler that works, and it is a little heavier, but we're carrying quite a bit of stuff right now, so it's only at 71 kilos, but it's pretty good, man. It doesn't like this is full tilt turn, and it like you can get it too, but if you're being careful and paying attention, you will not flip this vehicle. And you know me, I'm the utmost in careful and things, so. Yeah, that's accurate. That's how people describe me. Let's get Bob over here. We're gonna turn him on. I want to put it on off. Bob does not need to be on right now because I don't want him welding up the entirety of our thing. So this is going to be the focus next episode, guys. We are definitely going to focus on the farm. Um, Obviously, I got this thing building out because I went on a hunt for silicon and did not find any. I need to. That's that's kind of the next plan. I guess I could just take the bore and drill giant holes into the rock and pick up some silicon that way. I wish you could prioritize rock to like, oh, definitely go straight for silicon in that sense, but you can't. Come over here, park it up real quick. Yeah, I really like it, and I also really like that I get to finally remove that because that does not need to be on there. And I can put all those parts right there. Yeah, guys, I think this is gonna be it. I think we're gonna call it here. Like I said, I really like. Oh, I really like kneeling. Oh my gosh, struggling. I really like the way this guy's come out. I think this is I like the way like it is greebling. That's definitely those wheels definitely is just extra weight. Clyde, you're not wrong, but I think it looks great. So I'm okay with it. Maybe add some lighting on the side. It definitely has zero lighting with regards to any kind of visibility outside of the front lights, the headlights, and the tail lights and stuff. So yeah, next we're gonna keep working on the farm over there. I may go hunting for silicon off screen. I think that's what I'll do is I'll go find a silicon rock off screen, and yeah, that'll be what we do. But anyways, guys, if you enjoyed this, you know what to do. Finger guns for everybody. Uh, Like, share, subscribe, all the fun stuff. Keep leaving comments. John, Clyde, Chad, Lord Chaos. Speaking of Lord Chaos, hey man, I did not forget you. I know you commented on the last episode, and I think I caught you kind of late. You said not much to say here. Another clone bites the dust, ice. Like I didn't die. I just got punched in the face with Deborah. Deborah punched me in the face. Looks like another road that needs training wheels or outriggers. I'll have you know, it does not need training wheels. Am I gonna disprove that and ultimately flip this thing over? Probably. Yeah, because I'm overconfident and I see an unknown signal over there. We also found our first potato, but we got to get that farm up and running before we can do any kind of taters. No taters precious here. So, yeah, guys, like I said, you enjoyed this, you know what to do. And I will catch you later, taters. And as always, be kind and stay ornery. Bye.